Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, blessings edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. You know, the Wadi Bahashem Yahushai, because we're in those days, and since we're in those days, time is literally getting shorter, man. All right, let me get this quick precept before I bring this out. Because this is spirit, because today is a so-called daylight savings time, which is folly, man. All right, they have to do that because Esau Edom thought to change the days and the times, or the wicked thought to change the days and the times. So instead of going by a lunar calendar, they went by a Gregorian calendar, which is off, which is why they need daylight saving times to help correct the time, and they have leap years to help correct time. Like 2024, this year is a leap year. That's why February had 29 days. Every year divisible by 4 is a leap year. They only do that because they thought that they could create time or measure time better than Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But nobody measures time better than the creator of time, man. This is Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Right. And it's for the sake of the elect that the days are getting shortened, man. This, even though it's so-called Esau Edom or the so-called white man's doing, uh, it's not. It's only for the sake of the elect, man. It's not for the sake of the for the sake of them trying to disprove the creator or try to maintain control. No, it's for Lord willing we're part of that number. It's for our sake, man. All right, because the Lord is really only dealing with His elect, man. Go to the book of Luke, chapter 18. Luke 18 and 7. And shall not the Most High avenge His own elect, which cry day and night unto Him, though He bear long with them? I tell you, He will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall He find faith on the earth? Right? The Lord's going to avenge His elect, man. That's not everybody, right? That's not even all of Israel, right? Because 2/3 of our people have to get the sword, man. But the elect of the nation of Israel, which will be consist of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which make up the majority of the 12 tribes of Israel, but also there are other members of the elect scattered through the four corners of the earth, man. So this is why we can't judge people based solely on their appearance, man. All right, the color of your skin doesn't determine your potential for salvation or not, man. All right, but nonetheless, let me go back to this meme here, or it's not really a meme. So this page, My Maria 777, it from IG. She actually posts a lot of like so-called conspiracy theories and theories of that nature. So you really do got to take the meat from the bones, man. But nonetheless, this is from an email sent to me from an unknown source. Time is actually speeding up or collapsing. For thousands of years, the Schumann resonance or pulse heartbeat of Earth has been 7.83 cycles per second. The military have used this as a very reliable reference. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a Schumann resonance map. And with the Schumann resonance, I believe, I could be wrong about this, but before I came into truth, I came across this video that said basically when 9/11 happened, basically the world was at a standstill. People around the four corners of the earth were praying, you know, because it was such an amazing thing that America was attacked, man. It's so mind-boggling. This is how people have a supreme reverence of America or Babylon or in the United States, and this is why in Revelation 18, all these other nations standing afar off, they're gonna be in shock. It's gonna be jaw dropping, man, when they see and hear about the destruction. When they see really the destruction of America, man, or United States. All right. But I believe in the Schumann resonance was measured during 9/11, and that based because people were praying so hard that day that it was actually measurable in the Schumann resonance. but I could be wrong. I've been looking for that video for years, but you know, it's one of those obscure videos doing like a couple hundred views. So, I'll probably never see it again, but nonetheless, I think that's what it was. Well, you could basically measure the Schumann resonance, or basically the heartbeat of the Earth. So it's usually been 7.3 cycles per second. The military have used this as a very reliable reference. However, since 1980, this resonance has been slowly rising. It is now over 12 cycles per second. This means there is the equivalent of less than 16 hours per day instead of the old 24 hours, right? We've seen articles talking about how a minute is no longer 60 seconds. It's really like 59. But it doesn't sound like a lot, but that adds up, man. A second per minute, that's 60 seconds per hour. So, it's 60 times 24 per day. One of the indications that the frequency of vibration is occurring is the speeding up and shortening of time, right? So, and that's also because the word of the Lord is going out there too, man. All right, it's shortening the time like He said He would, man. But for the sake of the elect, man. Let me get one more precept and one more picture. I'm gonna close out because this ain't gonna be a long one. And then this next slide here. So they posted the I don't know what book this is, Salakia. They posted, but if you really want to know, you could just pick a sentence and then basically type it in Google, but put quotes around the sentence, right? So that'll make you look for that same exact sentence, and Google will tell you what book it is. So if you put in for thousands of years the Schumann resonance or pulse, and then you just put that into Google and put quotes around it, it should tell you what book it is, man. But you can do that on your own, Lord willing, if you have the time or the energy to really find out what book this is. But it's not important. So, but oh yeah, the person posted this excerpt from the book, and they got a DM about the expert, and it says, "So my partner's boss has over 100 watches, and each daylight savings, my partner has the task to change them all. And I am always talking about timelines, etc. And he came home and he said all of the watches were off by 3 days. And you know that, what does that tell you? Because daylight saving times happens twice a year. So twice a year, this guy has to change the times on 100 watches, right? So about 6 months ago, he changed the times. So around now, he has to change the time again. And he said all of the watches were off by 3 days, man. And how is that? Because the watches are built to measure time basically not by the sun and the moon, but by hours and seconds and minutes. So that's how it measures time. But if there's less time in a day, a watch is no longer accurate, right? Unless it's digital. A manual or mechanical watch could now no longer be accurate, man. All right, and that's how you know the Lord is shortening the days, man. Salakia. We get one more to close out. It's the book of Second Ezra, chapter 2. Second Ezra 2 and 13. Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. All right, and that's spiritual, how I said the word watch, and we're just talking about watches. But nonetheless, pray that the days are few, that they may be shortened. All right, and it's beautiful because Scripture talks about how no man but the Father knows what day basically Yahushua is going to return, man. But one of the reasons why the Lord really couldn't tell us is because Jacob would procrastinate and wait to the end to start serving the Lord. Oh man, we're 2 years away. It's time, or we're 6 months away. Jacob would wait to the last week to start serving the Lord if they do an exact date. But the Lord couldn't put an exact date in Scripture because there's no way to measure time. He can't say, oh, in 20 years from this date, this will happen. Because a year is measured by, you can't say years, or the years are no longer accurate, man. You can't really say months because months are no longer accurate because the days are shortened, man. So there has to be a new way to tell time, and that new way to tell time is through the scriptures, man. Salakia. Second Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? And how we measure time now? We measure time in itself by what happens, all right? What's happening via the prophecies and the signs the Lord told us about that were going to happen before they happened, man. So once we see these signs passing, even parts of the signs passing, we don't need to see all the signs to understand what time it is. We see parts of the signs passing, say, all right, this is supposed to happen next, or this is going to happen, or this is eventually going to happen because this is happening because the Lord said it will happen, man. Because the Lord declared the end from the beginning, man. Right now we're witnessing Him doing that, man. But I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, on to Shalom and Abad Babal.